Greetings troops, welcome back to the channel. My name's John Kelly and this is a mediocre modeller. So I'm halfway through a Ghibli build, well 3/4 of the way through a Ghibli build at any rate. But I'm trying to just sort of clear my desk a little bit and get rid of a couple of models that have been hanging around. This is one of them. This is Airfix's 1/48 de Havilland Vampire F3. Now I love the aircraft, it's a really beautiful aircraft. And a little bit of a backstory to it is there was one in my hometown that essentially crash landed and was left in the back garden of this manor house in Thurston in Irby. If anybody wants to go and check that out, it is a thing. I'm going back now to the 1970s. Anyway, I'm trying to box this one off literally. It's been a really frustrating build. I've actually hated it. I've hated everything about the kit. I've hated the instructions. I've hated the way it fitted together. But I'm very close to getting this finished now. So I'm just going to give you a whirlwind tour of where I'm up with that, where I'm up to with that, and hopefully I should have that one boxed off in the next few hours, perhaps next few days at the very most. Thanks for checking in. Okay, so Airfix's de Havilland Vampire. So here it is. I'll pile in a little bit on that. I'm calling it almost done. I've essentially zoom out a little bit. I have essentially finished it. I'm not going to do any more with it really. I'm pretty pleased with how that's turned out. I'll put some shots up at the end. But I say I've hated the build. I've tried to use a bit of photo-etch. I got a nice photo-etch kit with it from Edward. But, I mean, it's me. It is me. I know it is. I am just crap with photo-etch. I just really am. Bad. Anyway, it's all in, apart from two or three last little details. Firstly, I think this is a pitot tube down the back there, so that needs painting up. Just trying to see if we can get that a little bit in focus. So that needs painting. I didn't put it on until after I'd sprayed and decaled and all the rest of it, because that's definitely the kind of thing I knock off. The second thing that I had a lot of problems with is getting the right amount of weight in the nose. That was, you know, it's a nose sitter, and it does sit there now, and it actually returns. Look at that. So I was happy with that, but I couldn't get it in the nose, in the nose cone at all. I just couldn't fit it in, and the more I moved it back, the less likely it was to tip over the fulcrum point. And also when it came to join the fuselage together, I had this seam that I don't have the skill really to get rid of that. So what I've had to do to make it sit on the tricycle gear is I've put another couple of bits of weight into the wheel bay. It's not ideal, but there's nothing else I can do with it. But again, what that meant was that the wheel bay door, which is another piece of photo-etch which fits on here, I knocked that off. So I've got to repair that. So that's got to happen. So pitot tube, nose wheel bay door. I've also got the other side of the wheel arm, and again, I'm not mega happy with that either. That's pretty wobbly. And then there is another tube which sticks out of this wing here, and I can't find the hole where it should have gone. I'm not sure I drilled it. I thought I'd leave it till afterwards. So those are the 4 things which I want to do tonight, and then I can call the beast finished. I can get it off my desk, put it onto the shelf. I'll whiz it around the room a few times. But I'm happy with it, but I'm just hated doing the kit. All right, that's that done. The door is on. Again, I've had to bodge it on. So I've got to paint that, and hopefully that'll survive. I've got to paint that, paint the pitot tube, and then whatever I found where it went, came right out the centre of the roundel. Looks like maybe it's a breather tube or a filler tube. I don't know, but it's on there now. There was hardly any bite on that. There was not much left in the hole, so I'm going to let that go off overnight, which is a bit of a bummer because I wanted to finish it tonight. But then I will paint them with bolt gun metal. I think that will probably do all right. I might have to do all of the nose wheel again with that, but and then I'm going to call it good on that one. Somebody has mentioned that this is the wrong colour, so the jet exhaust wouldn't look like that. I was just experimenting, really, just playing around with a bit of inks, but most of the photo references that I found for it now show that that's actually just in matte black with a little bit of staining. So I'll probably just do it in matte black and then leave that as it is. So almost there. Okie dokie, and I'm calling that a wrap, a vampire wrap. So pitot tube is on and painted. Oh damn it, just needs a little wash on that. I've weathered in the nose wheel. That's done. I've done the sucky pipe on the bottom, whatever that is, the breather or what have you, and the door is now on as well. I've also tried to do a little bit of oil staining, but like I say, I'm so crap at this. It's at weathering. Anyway, it looks all right from a distance of about 25 feet. So that's it. I'll whack on a few stills just to sort of show it off against a white background in its best possible light, and then that one is going on the shelf. Oh Christ, nearly dropped it. That one is going to go on the shelf. So thanks for tuning in, folks. Again, that's hopefully the end of that vampire build. See the back of that. I guess you learn from every kit you do. That is the first time I have done an all metal finish, so you know I can take that away. There were plenty of decals on it. It was a difficult, challenging build with a lot of sanding, but essentially I'm just glad I've got it off the desk and I can just crack on with the next one. Of course, other stuff that I've got to finish is that's from the 48 build, so that's my little Hetzer. That's still got to get done. So that's next to finish, and then underneath the bench I've got a Rubicon King Tiger that I've got to sort out as well. That's all in addition to trying to find time to get the Ghibli builds done. Right, thanks again for tuning in, folks, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.